Alright, hey loves, welcome back to my kitchen today. So we are going to be making a coffee cake today, and remember I told you I was going to make the recipe from that Jamaican book. So this is another recipe from that book, but of course I am definitely going to be adding my twists and turns on this recipe. So what we have here, I decided of course to share out everything because it makes it go quicker when I do so. So we have three different sections of this cake. So the first section I'm going to show you, this is the cinnamon filling, and basically what this is 1/4 cup of brown sugar. This is 1/4 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of flour. And this is what we're going to pour in the middle. It's kind of going to be like a little filling in the middle of the cake. Then we have over here, we have the topping. And the topping is basically 1/2 cup of walnuts, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of flour, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. And what we're going to add to this, we are going to add a teaspoon of melted butter, and we're going to mix that together and set that aside. So let me push this over so you can get a better view. Alright, so we have it there, so I'm going to just add the 1 tablespoon of melted butter to this. And then we're just going to mix all of that together. So this is going to be going on top of the cake. Very simple to put together, guys. I'm trying to do things that we can get done really quickly. You know, sometimes I need those short videos. So you don't necessarily have to use walnuts. If you have pecans, you can use pecans. If you have peanut, you can use whatever nut you really like. I have walnuts on hand, so that is what I'm going to use. Alright, so that's our topping done. So we're going to put our topping aside. Now for the actual cake, what we're going to start with is our dry ingredients. And here what we have 1.5 cup of flour, and we also have 1/2 teaspoon, I should say, of salt in here. What I'm going to add to that, I'm going to add this to our sugar here. What we have right here is 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. We're just going to add the flour mixture to this. Please ensure that you sieve your flour. So I did that already. So we're adding that to there, and right here we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to add that to the mixture as well. So we added all the dry ingredients together. Same spoon that I just used to mix this, I'm going to use to mix this right now. Let me just wipe it off a little bit, because you know some of the little, we had cinnamon in there before. I don't really want that in this section of the cake. So we'll scrape it off. Same spoon we're using, and we're just going to mix everything together. Whoops. Alright, so we've mixed all the dry ingredients together. I'm going to create a little well in the middle. What we're going to add to the dry ingredients, and as I said, I'm adding my own taste. I'm adding 1/4 cup of sour cream to this. So I have my sour cream here. Alright, so I'm going to get a spatula. 1 second. Alright, love, so went to get my spatula, so just scraping out the container. So I added 1/4 cup of sour cream to this. Now if you don't have sour cream, you can substitute it for Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, or vanilla Greek yogurt, whichever one. So I added 1/4 cup of sour cream to that. I'm also going to add 1/2 cup of milk. This is coconut milk. If you have regular milk, you can use it. I'm also going to add 1/4 cup of shortening. So this is what the recipe called for, so that is what I'm going to be using. And to that I'm going to add our egg. So in the same little container that I had the butter, I'm just going to crack the egg. Whoops, let's use a knife. God, why this egg give me problem? Sure. So we added our egg to the mixture. Let us just mix it a little bit. We want to break up the yolk and everything. And we are going to add that to our flour mixture over here. Scrape everything in, and then we're going to mix all of that together. Now guys, you can definitely go ahead and get your whisk at this point because you want the mixture to be smooth, and you'll get a smoother texture if you use the whisk. But I'm going to mix this together a little bit until the flour kind of incorporates fully, and then I'm going to get the whisk and use the whisk and finish getting it together. Alright, so everything is incorporated now. I'm going to go ahead and get the whisk and whisk that together. Alright loves, so let's go ahead and finish whisking that together, because we don't want to see those lumps in it. Now if you have you can definitely use your mixer to do this, but to be honest, it's not a necessity. You can just use your hand. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of a workout, but it's okay. And just mix it, and all of those lumps hear my voice and all of those lumps will come out. Now let me just whisk this, okay? Alright, so now that we have done whisking all of that together, I'm going to now put it in the pan to get it to bake. What you're going to do is preheat the oven to 375 degrees and allow it to get hot. So ensure that you flour and grease your tin. And we are going to pour in just about half of the mixture. And it's not a lot. So this is a very small batch. So I just kind of want to move it in the pan, because as you can see, it is not going to be a lot. Now the original recipe said that's 9 by 9 inch pan. I don't know how this would have worked in a 9 by 9 inch pan, because this have a little bit of something. However, I decided to use this because this is what I had on hand. So it's a good thing I decided to use this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm kind of just going to shake the pan a little bit. It's kind of level everything off, and then the brown sugar and cinnamon mixture that we have, we're just going to sprinkle it right here. Yeah? Now again, first time making this recipe, of course I made my adjustments to it, because I have made coffee cake before, but not this specific recipe. Right? So cover the center with that cinnamon and brown sugar mixture, and then we're going to pour the rest of the batter over the remaining cake. Right? As I said guys, I don't know how this was supposed to hold in a 9 by 9 inch pan. I don't know how that did go work. So we are just finishing up with this. And you're going to need to get something to spread it across. I carry you along the whole journey guys. I never tried before, I never saw it they go work. First time doing it with you guys when I'm doing these videos. So probably next time if I'm going to do this same batch, this amount, I would definitely not use this. I have a smaller round tin. I would probably use that tin instead of this one. Because even the 9 by 9, I'm like, God, I'm not going to use that because this don't look like a lot. But this still isn't, I think this is still too big, but next time it will work out just the same. Alright. Alright guys, so kind of just spread it out. I didn't want all of that in the video. It's going to take forever. So it's just spreading it out over the cake, and then from there I'm going to add the topping of the nuts and stuff on top of this. Alright, so we're going to sprinkle that on top. And once we do this, then guys, as I said, we're going to pop it into the oven for it to bake. All right, so we will get back to you once we are out of the oven and finish baking. So simple, loves. So simple to put together. That's it. So into the oven this is going to go at 375 degrees, and we're going to let it bake. Now it says in the book that it should bake for 25 minutes, but because the pan size is different from what I have, we're going to see how long this takes. But 25 minutes is the first measurement temperature I'm going to put it in at. Alrighty. So guys, our coffee cake is fresh out the oven. So of course we can't cut into it right now, but that is what it looks like fresh out the oven. So we're gonna allow it to cool before we cut into it and taste it. I don't know what this is going to taste like, guys. First time doing it. Alright, just look at that. Alright, love, so I cut off a piece. Look at that. So let's taste it. Okay guys, so to me it's really not bad, but I think I would make some further substitution. For instance, I wouldn't use the vegetable oil. I would definitely use strictly butter, and I completely forgot to put in the vanilla. But I like the texture of the cake. It's really moist. The top part is so crunchy. Oh my gosh, I love it. Just look at that. Not gonna lie, I kind of like this, but as I said, I would make some slight adjustments to it for my preference. But guys, definitely try this. I would suggest you substitute the shortening dough for butter, and definitely add some vanilla extract to it, or almond if you prefer. Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go ahead and get some friends to subscribe. See if you can get at least 5 of your friends to subscribe to the channel so that the channel can continue to grow. Alright? Bye now, loves.